just got back from a little walk. I've been having my brain's been all over the place today, I'll put it that way. And I was out for a little walk, just to get some fresh air, think about some things. And I had a very interesting realization that I think helped me understand the weird feeling that I've been having this whole weekend. So I started working on a YouTube video Saturday morning, kinda didn't really feel like things were going super well, so was a little bit discouraged with that. And I just jumped over to my computer, as a guy does on a Saturday afternoon, started playing some games. And I just realized on this walk, this game gives me a similar feeling to other things that I do. Like, I've heard this explained really well actually for golf before, where something, one of the reasons why guys especially like golf is it is a series of short problems to solve. So every shot is always different in golf, right? You're always different distance from the hole, in a different position. You're in the sand, you're in the trees, you're in the grass, whatever. But it's a series of easily solvable small problems that you can just real quick, figure out a solution, move on to the next one. And I think part of what I didn't realize is that obviously there is a positive connection in your brain when you solve that problem. You feel good about solving the problem. And I'm realizing I have this same exact feeling with the modded Minecraft game that I've been playing, which if you see any other videos on the channel, if you're a gamer, you might be watching some of those. Ciaplus2, I've been playing that a bunch this weekend. And part of that is a bunch of small technical problems that you have to come up with solutions for repeatedly throughout the process in order to eventually finish the whole pack or the whole game. So I'm realizing a lot of times when I'm not feeling super like I'm accomplishing a lot, or like things aren't going super well, I tend to jump to things like that because it's a feel good thing, I guess. It kind of takes your mind off of the stuff you might be stressed about, and you're constantly getting the gratification of solving these little problems, right? Which makes you feel good. And then I realized even more into that in my profession, my day-to-day job, in my education as an engineer, I'm trained to literally solve quick problems. Like, things need to be solved quickly, and there's constant problems going on all the time. Solve them, feel good, move on to the next one, right? And now I'm just realizing that what I struggle with a lot that I didn't realize until just now, when it comes to business, or trying to start a business, or fitness, trying to get in better shape, trying to lose weight. These are things that are long problems, right? You need to constantly put an effort to these things in order to make little bits of progress over and over and over again to achieve a much longer term result. Where this is the whole world of instant gratification, right? You need to know how things are going now. You need to get your reward now. And obviously that's just the way society has kind of tended to lean towards lately, which absolutely sucks. But it helped me kind of just on this short little walk. It's like 15 minutes. I'm just realizing that on my day-to-day, like what I do for a job, like how I make my living, and the way my brain has been trained is to and through society in a lot of ways, has been trained to get these little victories, solve these little problems, get the win, move on to the next problem, right? And that is why it becomes so difficult to lock into these more difficult, longer term problems where, diving down a new career path, or like I said, losing some weight, not eating like garbage. I mean, even just today I was feeling kind of lazy, ordered some pizza and a big bottle of Mountain Dew, and feels good in the moment, yeah, sure, but it doesn't lead towards the goals you're trying to achieve, I guess, and it doesn't also feel that much like you're losing in the moment, I guess. But it's just interesting to me that it makes a lot more sense now, where I'm kind of starting to film a video and wondering why can't I just do this thing? I want to keep practicing. Even with camera gear, I've realized that I love the little victories or the little problems of every shot I would need to film is a different different problem to solve, right? How am I going to set the camera up? What kind of lighting am I going to use? Where am I going to go? What am I going to say? All these things are more little problems, which I love doing. And then when it comes to, getting into actually consistently uploading videos multiple times a week or things like that, I have a lot harder time sticking with the rhythm, because it's a more longer term process that eventually gets you to that payoff. So I don't really have a good solution to this yet, but I think it's a good reminder for me, and maybe similar for you, that at least there's an explanation for why I kind of feel a little bit off, a little bit down, a little bit droopy some days, is because I'm not getting those little victories, those little problems to solve. So I think that's a big part of where the discipline that I haven't developed yet, I guess, that gets you through those little stages where you're working towards the end result, but you're not getting to a solution, right? So you're putting in a lot more time and effort into something that isn't necessarily getting solved right away, so you're not getting the gratification for it, but you need to put in more time for it. And that's, I think, where the whole discipline thing comes into the mix. And I don't have a lot of that yet, I'll be honest, but it's just good. I don't know, I had a little thought on my walk, so I thought I'd walk you through my thoughts on my walk. That explains a lot to me about why I feel the way I do some of these days, some of these weekends, where pretty much just hanging out and not feeling like doing what I know that I should be doing. I think that's why. So I got to figure out a way myself to get some kind of I guess get some discipline, and if I can't get that figured out, at least in the interim, figure out a way to get a little bit of a win out of the process of working towards the end goal. So I don't know exactly the answer to that, but thought I'd share my thought with you, because so far the rest of this vlog for the weekend's pretty much all fricked up, and I want to keep trying, I want to keep practicing, I want to get better. And the way to do it, I guess, is to stick with it, keep at it, and hopefully eventually we'll get better. So appreciate you coming to hang out with me today. Hopefully you enjoyed my walk thoughts, and let me know what you think about this concept of these little victories versus long-term payoffs, and if you have any suggestions for how to stick with it. My arm is starting to shake because I'm out of shape, and I need to put the camera down now. So thanks for watching. See you next time.